futures, even advanced orders. And it offers more charts than a lot of the other competitors do in desktop.
You work so late. I guess you don't get to see your family very much.
I see them all the time. Did you finish your derivative pricing model, honey?
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade, you got this.
At school, they talked about the digital divide, the gap between people who can access the internet and those who can't, the haves and the have-nots. Well, today, my family becomes one of the haves.
Internet Essentials from Comcast offers low-cost computers and internet to lower-income families. It's part of our commitment to making sure that no one gets left behind in the communities we serve.
Now that we're online, anything is possible.
Comcast, connecting our communities.
As we wait Donald Trump's much-anticipated speech, it's obvious he has a lot of fans. And according to his campaign, nearly 40,000 are expected to turn out for tonight's event. But it's small business owners who might also be flocking to the billionaire businessman. Gene Marks, a small business owner of the Marks Group, goes on the record. Gene, why do you think Donald Trump, I know you like Donald Trump, why do you think Donald Trump would be good for small business? What's his policy that helps you?
Well, first of all, Greta, I mean, let's just take a step back with Donald Trump. I mean, you know, there are 20 to 30 million small business owners in this country, right? I mean, they employ more than half of the workforce of the country. 2 out of every 3 jobs in the past 20 years have been created by small business. So this is a really critical voting bloc. And right now, Donald Trump is winning this voting bloc. There was a survey just last week about 800 small business owners around the country were surveyed who they prefer for president. 41% of them preferred Donald Trump, double digits among everyone else.
So but why? You've got Governor Kasich. Let me ask you this: you got Governor Kasich, who's done a good job with small businesses, I think, at least so I'm told, in Ohio. You've got Carly Fiorina, who ran a big corporation. I know that there's been controversy around that, but she certainly has an explanation for all that. But why Donald Trump and not the others?
Well, think about Trump, for example. I mean, he is a genuine guy. He is a no-nonsense person. He is politically incorrect. He says what's on his mind. He is, I mean, Greta, he's the kind of guy that, as a business owner, he's the kind of guy that I see every day that I do business with. He is the kind of guy that I see a lot of my clients doing business with. I mean, you can actually picture Donald Trump running a pizza shop or being in charge of a piping distributor or selling cars. He has that kind of touch and that connection with small business owners. I mean,
how about that touch? How about the touch when he has to deal with Vladimir Putin, or when he has to deal with the Ayatollah Khamenei in Iran, or with Prime Minister Netanyahu and Angela Merkel? I mean, how about that? Because there's a lot more than, you know, just the small business.
That is true. I mean, look, a lot of people are concerned about how he is going to perform on the national stage, and those concerns are really justified. But you were just saying earlier in the show about his interest and how he makes things around money and money transactions. He does view the world from a business person's perspective, and everything does come down to money, whether it's the Ukraine or in the Middle East. And I think a lot of business owners relate to that and are looking for that kind of approach. And I think that Trump himself might have that approach when he's dealing with international affairs. I mean, look, Greta, I have to say,
Gene, I don't deny either the two is if the economy is up and going and revving, everybody's got money, it makes it a lot easier for us to take care of each other, it makes it a lot easier for us to operate in the world. So, you know, I'm not denying the importance of having a really strong, robust economy going.
Well, it's obviously it is very important. I mean, look, what Trump represents to a lot of business owners, what he represents to me, is he is not afraid to say that he is rich and that he's making money and that he is out there to make more money. He is not afraid to say that. And I have to say, over the past few years, a lot of business owners have almost felt a little guilty making money. I mean, look, we're in it for our passion. We're doing this stuff for our independence. But a lot of us are also out there to make money, too. And here we have a guy that's running for president that's saying, you know what? It's okay to be rich. It is okay to make money and employ people and prosper in this country. We actually haven't heard that from a president in quite a long time, and it's refreshing. I think it's very appealing to small business owners. And remember, this is a giant voting bloc that's going to be considering him next year, and he's winning them over.
Gene, thank you, and I hope as the weeks and months go by, you'll come back as we examine the campaign. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Greta. Take care.
Now, do you want to feel how fast time flies? Well, get this. It's been 10 years since Hurricane Katrina decimated much of the Gulf Coast. And tonight, Fox News reporting Hurricane Katrina, the storm of a lifetime. This special takes you back to the damage, the heartache, and yes, even the death.
These people have been trapped inside their homes or on this bridge for 2 days. I want to show you what we found when we went to the edge of the projects at the beginning of the water that's contaminated with sewer and human remains.
We need help. We really need help. The mayor and the governor need to do something about it. We're drowning.
It's clear to me that they were derelict in duty. I'm surprised worse things haven't happened to some of those leaders than have.
That's tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on the Fox News Channel. And straight ahead, we are awaiting Donald Trump for a pep rally in Mobile, Alabama. We'll take you there live when the GOP frontrunner takes to the podium.
When Salonpas began in Japan in 1934, a single patch created the category of pain relief. Now, 80 years later, Salonpas has evolved into a complete family of pain relievers, perfect for back, muscle, or joint pain. Salonpas, for targeted relief.
Just because your bladder is changing doesn't mean you have to. With Tena's unique super absorbent microbeads that lock in moisture and odor, you can keep finding your groove. Tena lets you be you.
Did you notice that there's so many prices out there for the exact same room? I know. I've been asking this a lot lately, but this is what it really means. The same hotel room can have up to 10 different prices across the internet. So even if you spend a lot of time looking around, chances are that it's still out there for a better price. So make one last check before you book. The Trivago check. Trivago compares prices from over 150 websites to make sure you find your ideal hotel for the best price. Hotel Trivago.
Money is money, so why pay more for it? Refinance for less at Cash Call Mortgage, the discount mortgage lender. Lower rates, no closing costs. The do-over refi from Cash Call Mortgage, the discount mortgage lender. Call 855-890-CASH.
Before you get itchy skin, get steroid-free Tricalm. It's 5 times more effective at reducing itch than hydrocortisone 1%, a topical steroid. And Tricalm is backed by the itch-free guarantee. Buy Tricalm itch-relieving hydrogel today and stop summer itch fast.
Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
AT&T reminds you, it can wait.
My lenses have a sunset mode, an early morning mode, and a partly sunny mode.
Transition's signature adaptive lenses are more responsive than ever. Experience life well lit. Upgrade your lenses to Transition Signature.
Play Candy Crush Soda with sublime new levels.
Sleep. Remember when it welcomed you like a friend? Then it became more elusive. But why? When you have insomnia, it may affect the wake neurotransmitters in your brain, disrupting your wake and sleep messages. Belsomra is a prescription medicine for adults who have trouble falling or staying asleep. Belsomra is thought to help turn down wake messages by targeting and inhibiting the action of orexin, a neurotransmitter that plays a central role in sending wake messages. Only Belsomra works this way.
Do not take Belsomra if you have narcolepsy. When taking Belsomra, don't drive or operate heavy machinery until you feel fully awake. Walking, eating, driving, or engaging in other activities while asleep without remembering it the next day have been reported. Belsomra should not be taken together with alcohol. Abnormal behaviors may include aggressiveness, confusion, agitation, or hallucinations. The temporary inability to move while falling asleep or waking up and temporary leg weakness have also been reported. In depressed patients, worsening depression, including risk of suicide, may occur. Alcohol may increase these risks. Side effects include next-day drowsiness.
Sleep. Ask your doctor about Belsomra.
This is a Fox News Alert. People starting to take the stage at Donald Trump's pep rally in a crowded stadium in Mobile, Alabama. Fox News senior national correspondent is standing by, John Roberts. John.
Hey, good evening to you, Greta. They're giving the invocation here, but of course, invocation in Alabama is slightly different than it is other places, and they're rousing the crowd up with it. You know, we talked a little earlier about that feud brewing between Donald Trump and Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush just sent out an email to his many supporters in Alabama saying that for years Donald Trump favored partial birth abortion. He proposed enacting the largest tax increase in American history, supported restrictions on the Second Amendment, with long-back laws that infringe on states' land rights. Jeb Bush trying to paint Donald Trump as out of the conservative mainstream. But here's the thing, is that the crowd here doesn't care about what Jeb Bush says regarding Donald Trump. There's probably about 12,000 people in this stadium. We'll see if Jeb Bush can come here and put the same number of people in. Donald Trump, it looks like, Greta, not going to get the 40,000 that he had boasted were going to be here tonight, but there will be a fairly large and I would think enthusiastic crowd for him. He should be hitting the stage in about 5 to 10 minutes because he never has much of a warm-up act for his appearances.
John, have you spoken to any of the people in the crowd to see whether some of them are saying, you know, I was a Democrat, now I'm a Trump person, or I was a Republican but didn't vote because now Donald Trump inspires me to? I mean, what are you hearing? What stories?
Haven't talked about party affiliation with people, but here's what we get from people when we talk to them about Donald Trump. We say, what is the allure? And these are Republicans and some independents as well. They say, you know, we are upset with politics as usual. Some people told me we've headed up to here with typical politicians. Donald Trump is saying what we ourselves would like to say. This is the voters I'm talking to, but we're afraid to say it. So he's out there in a very public forum, and he is talking about the things that have got them very frustrated with American politics as usual. And it's quite possible that he could draw a lot of Democrats in as well as independents and Republicans. But I'll tell you, this idea of attacking him for not being conservative enough, not working.
All right, John Roberts. Of course, you're going to be there all night for the speech. And to the viewers at home, you've been voting on Twitter. What word do you think better describes Donald Trump, celebrity or leader? And here are your tweeted live results. And stay tuned to Fox News, because as soon as Donald Trump does take that stage, Fox News will take you back live to Alabama. And also tweet me during the speech at Greta using hashtag Greta, because I'm going to be watching too, just like you are. Good night from Washington, D.C. I'll see you Monday night, 7 p.m. right here on The Record. And don't worry, Fox News is